Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day today. My name's Cody, and I want to thank you so much for stopping by. Almost walked into a bush there. Oh, you can see the tulips are starting to come up nice. That looks fantastic. Had a little bit of snow last night, a little bit more moisture, so you can tell everything's a bit wet. And it's just fantastic for all of the plants. And you can see down our row here, all of our tulips, there's about 15,000 of them. They're all starting to poke up, so how exciting is that? It won't be long now. Maybe a few more weeks and we'll get some nice color down this whole row. It's going to be fantastic. So in relation to those tulips, about a few days ago, I guess, we had a family of deer move through here. Roughly a dozen of them, and they came through the tulip patch and they helped themselves to a little bit of an all-you-can-eat buffet one night. So about 200 of them that they uprooted. I have replanted those ones, so they're doing fine now, not too big of a deal. But I did have to rework our electric fence system. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see down this line or not, but that orange line that you see, let's see, I don't want to touch it, running right here, that's actually our electric fence, and it goes all the way down, way back there. It's about a kilometer altogether, so what's that, like 0.6 of a mile all in. So it's a long line, but it should help to keep the deer out, which is ideal. Well, I don't mind the deer, you know, they're really pretty to look at, and I think they're fantastic when they're out in the back and they're not causing any trouble. But when they get into the flowers, it is a huge problem, you know. There's a lot of work and time and money that went into that to make sure that we have a nice setting for photos come springtime now. So to have those guys go through there and destroy that, you know, you can't have that happen. So we're not going to shoot them or anything like that, but I think just having up a little electric fence just gives them a nice, gentle reminder that they shouldn't be eating the tulips. There's lots of stuff out there for them to eat, so they can leave this alone. And yeah, I think we'll live in peace and harmony together here. I'm going to bring you guys up to speed. It's been a busy week here. Nighttime lows are still getting below freezing. So I've got all of the perennials tarped here, you can see that. And now it's starting to warm up a little bit. We're probably at around 1 or 2 degrees right now, going up to maybe 8 or 10. So I'm going to pull off the plastic here and give the plants a little bit of sunshine and maybe a drink if they need it. But just tarp them overnight just to make sure, you know, that the frost stays off of them. They are hardy perennials, so that's not going to hurt them too bad. It's just a precaution that I like to take to make sure that the plants are good. So I'm going to get this plastic taken off, and then it's going to be a busy, busy day here. So thanks for sticking around with me today, and yeah, let's get to work. There we go, we got the night protection off. Everybody seemed really good. Might do some spot watering. There's a few pots that look a little bit dry, but that's okay. They're all doing fantastic. So this week it might go down to -5. And like I say, they're all hardy perennials, so that's not going to be a problem for them. I just like to cover them up for my own peace of mind. I think it just makes a little bit of a difference. Gives them a nice warm place to kind of tuck into for the night. And yeah, everything is doing just fantastic. So our first sale here is coming up, oh gosh, it's next weekend here, so I got to get everything all ready to go. But that's just the start of the day, so I got a lot of work to do inside. Let's hop in there. Our big job today is to get all of our dahlias potted up. So as you can see, I'm in the greenhouse now, and this is where they're going to spend their early spring and into the summer. So I got to get them all potted up. But I just wanted to show you guys, if you remember about 2 weeks ago, we did a pre-sprouting video on the dahlias, and I just wanted to show you how that worked out for our plants here. So let's jump over into this bag. We've pre-sprouted all of our dahlias in these plastic bags, give them kind of like a little greenhouse effect. And you'll notice here, all these roots have developed, which is awesome. And then we can see even some of the greens have started to sprout. So that's also a fantastic sign. The reason we did that was because it wasn't quite warm enough to get them out to the greenhouse yet. And also to give you a bit of a jump start on your growing season. So they spend about 2 weeks in here, so they'll be about 2 weeks earlier once we get them planted out, which is super exciting. But let's open up this bag and have a look. Yeah, it looks fantastic. You can see there's a lot of good sprouting going on. And so a lot of good root development. That's fantastic. And you can see a nice little eye had formed there, so that's great. Now, a big part of the reason I did this was to allow the plant the opportunity to develop its own eye. So that way, when I was dividing them, I wouldn't have to worry about whether or not I was going to miss them or not. Yeah, here's a great example. So you can see on this tuber here, there are 3 unique stems growing out. So that means, realistically, I could divide this into 3 different plants and get 3 different plants out of this one root clump. So that's kind of the idea behind the pre-sprouting. This guy here has 2 really good eyes, so you could get 2 plants out of that if you wanted to. But the main thing is just to ensure that we get a nice early start on our dahlias here. You'll come across some dahlias that have a good sprout on them like that, but then they have these dangly root tuber sections here. Now this one is attached just by some sinew or some thread there, and that pops right off. The bottom here will 100% grow and develop roots, which is fantastic, but because there's no eye on this thing, it will not sprout out a stem. So in order for you to get an actual plant, you must have an eye, because that's where the stems come out. So any of these tubers, it is sad to see them go, but honestly, they're not going to do anything other than take up room in the pot, and yeah, suck up moisture and everything, because they can't contribute to the actual plant. So these guys can just go in the compost bin. There's no extra plants out of this, unfortunately. It's just what we're left with here, which is still, in all honesty, a great little plant. Alright, now that we got the watering taken care of, I'm going to lay some more landscape fabric down on the south side of the greenhouse, just so that I've got some more space. If I want to get some trees or shrubs, I can get them put out on this side here. So pretty straightforward. I'm just going to lay a few rolls of this fabric, and yeah, then we'll see what the rest of the day brings for us. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. All I'm doing is lining up, I'm overlapping, I guess, 1 foot on each side here. So there's a foot underneath, and then I overlap that by a foot. And that gives me a nice overlap, so any of the weeds have a harder time growing up in through there. But other than that, it's just lining up the lines and then nailing in a few staples. So pretty straightforward, but I'm going to keep going here. There we go, that wasn't too hard. We got another layer of the landscape fabric down now, so we've got more selling area, which is always fantastic. I've got a few more plants that I can move over here, so that'll be a good thing, absolutely. Now, like I said before, the landscape fabric, it's great because the grass can't grow up into your pots, which is just a nightmare if you've ever dealt with that or not before. So putting this down is essential, great first step when you're looking to get your stuff out here on the ground. Ideally it'd be on tables, but I don't have the time to build them, so on the ground for now, but that's okay. Last thing to do now is just to cover these guys back up for the night and make sure that they're all tucked in. Still going to get down to below freezing today, so we want to make sure that everybody is tucked in and good to go. So let me get this tarp back on them. There we go, everyone, another day in the books. It was fantastic. The dahlias took a lot longer than I had expected them to, so I didn't get quite everything done that I wanted to today, but that's just the way it goes sometimes, you know, you roll the punches, and as long as you're moving forward every day, you're doing good. So that's good. About 400 of those guys done, and then has some canna lilies I potted up as well. And yeah, got some more landscape fabric down, so this week is going to be great. We're going to have our market, May Days, coming up here this weekend, so that's going to be fantastic. And yeah, no, all in all, it was a really great day. So I'm going to leave it there though, but just wanted to thank everyone so much for watching. It really does mean a lot to me that you spend some time with me, you know, and I hope you were able to get something out of today's video. But I'm going to leave it there, guys, so enjoy the rest of your night there, and whatever it is that you get up to for the rest of the day, I hope you have a great one. So take care, and until next time, we'll see you later. Bye now.